Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and this is a Tier 8 Extravaganza. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5 games, but 6 games in today's video. And this is maybe a little bit of a sneak peek of what you might see next year on this channel. This year I started off with the goal of doing a video every day for 2017, and I think that's going to change next year. You might see some more longer videos such as this one with 6 battles, but I probably won't be doing one every day for 2018, that's for sure. I think I might be focusing a little bit more on Twitch, as well as bringing you maybe some different content, whether it's war games, platoons, skirmishes, or all that kind of jazz. This first replay is from my old mate Ravvi, the Aussie Seagull. Ravvi, the Aussie Seagull from 1AR, one of the executive officers, is in the Primo Victoria. The Primo Victoria, the relatively new Tier 8 premium medium Swedish tank. And it comes with APCR as standard and normal ammunition, 230 damage with its 83.4mm gun, 226 penetration, that's with standard. Premium rounds is 258mm. As he has a shot towards OD, doesn't quite land it. He's top tier in this game, which is certainly going to be helpful, but he has just copped 182 damage from an IS-6, which is a little bit unusual because he was firing high explosive, which is an interesting choice when you're top tier in an IS-6. Ravvi goes to show the IS-6's turret is not as strong as it once was with the changes in Tier 8 premiums. Puts 2 shots into the turret of the IS-6, the premium preferential matchmaking Russian heavy tank, and that gives him nearly 700 damage. Puts another shot towards it but doesn't quite land it. Standard rounds is all he's needing against the IS-6. No artillery, that's why he's hanging around where he is on this map. No idea where that shot towards the OI went. I think it went just to the left of the Tier 6 Japanese heavy tank. Unfortunately bounces the knee, was it, that last shot? You can see the fast firing gun of the Primo Victoria, which is like a Centurion when you have a look at it. So it's very, very similar to the British Centurion. And look, I'm tipping the Brits and the Swedes had a bit of an arrangement going on during World War II to create these tanks that looks like a British tank, but it's not, it's a Swedish one. Anyway, rather the Aussie Seagull in the Primo Victoria, lucky enough to be top tier in this battle. He's already up to 1441 hit points of damage. He's blocked 1,000. And of course the Primo Victoria comes with a unique crew, which starts off with Brothers in Arms, and unlike the Japanese anime tanks, the Nameless and the Edelweiss, these tanks can be moved to other Swedish medium tanks, and which is good because I've got one, and it's good that I can share it with other Swedish mediums. But unfortunately there's no Tier 10 Swedish medium tank, so I'm hoping that Wargaming introduce one so I can utilise this crew. And of course with these crews that get Brothers in Arms as a free skill, it doesn't affect the training of the 2nd, 3rd and 4th skill and such. It doesn't count. Picks up his first kill there, Ravvi. 1726 damage done, 1420 damage blocked, plus a little bit of assisted. Looks towards the AT8, and that's another easy kill for Ravvi, the Aussie Seagull. That's why they call him the Seagull, folks, because he likes to grab those kills. He's pretty much won this battle up here in the northeast on Malavanka. Jesus Christ. It is early as I'm recording this one. I'm still in my pyjamas, but let's have a look. He's still going. 2 kills, 1867 damage, 1420 damage blocked as he looks at chipping away at that IS-6. That's the same guy that's been firing high explosive rounds. He's down to 154, so one more shot should knock him out if he can pen it. Doesn't quite land that shot, but yeah, as I was saying, normally with crew skills, with each subsequent skill it takes longer and longer to train. But with this tank, similar to the Berlin Quartet tanks, they came with Brothers in Arms as a free skill, if you like. It's certainly well worth it if you need some crew members. I know I bought the Berlin Quartet some time ago, and the crew members were very handy, depending on how you are for crew members, I guess. 8-7 the score now. Rather the Aussie Seagull on 2 kills, 2,121 damage, 1660 blocked. It hasn't got a bad turret at all, the Primo Victoria, and you can generally, especially when you're top tier, you can bounce whatever you like, so long as you hold down, even though it's a medium tank. Throws a shot towards the small Scorpion. That's the American premium Scorpion tank destroyer, that tier 7. He's just got to wait till this one aims. He doesn't have to worry about taking damage because he's bouncing damage like a boss up to 2,000. Damage blocked, also nearly 2,300 damage done. Looking just towards the turret. Let's see if he can land that one. He doesn't quite land that one. That would have almost been the kill shot on the tier 7 premium American tank destroyer. Looking towards that IS again. Doesn't want to cop too many high explosive rounds from the tier 8 premium Russian heavy tank. He knows that he's fully aimed. Only got 162 though, which is pretty good considering if that IS-6 was firing standard or premium rounds, it would have been over 400. So Ravvi would be pretty happy that this guy's just firing high explosives, and you can see it's sort of bouncing off the top of his turret there and getting a little bit of splash damage from the IS-6. Not happy about that shot towards the tier 7 Russian heavy tank. And in looking at the minimap, everyone's sort of a little bit stagnated. Maybe they're waiting for Ravvi as the only tier 8 left on his team to move forward. Maybe they're not. And he's looking for, while he's still got shots in this position, why would you move forward? As the IS-2 picks up the kill on that Scorpion, which is proved to be quite challenging to hit. He wiggles his mouse around when he bounces into that IS again, the tier 7 Russian heavy tank, and he's just trying to chip away at the IS, but that IS proving to be quite difficult to hit. Ravvi doing a pretty good job though. 26-17 damage done, 244 damage block. Picks up his third kill by getting rid of the IS-6, and that's another tier 8 gone. Only 2 tier 8s left on the enemy side, the T-25 pilot and the UDES, the Swedish tank destroyer. And winning now 10-8, so he does the right thing here. He'll be able to hopefully carry this one. 10-8's the score, 2771 damage done, 2440 blocked, a little bit of assisted damage as well. Looks like he's going to maybe pull back and try a different approach to these tanks. You can look at the minimap where they're pinging there. That's where most of the tanks are. Over here there's a Cromwell, and is it the... What else was over there? The pilot and the Cromwell, both last spotted here at D6. Over here is the IS, as well as that WZ131 GFT, the tier 6 Chinese tank destroyer. Ravvi puts a shot towards where he thinks the Cromwell or the pilot might be. Looking down there, and they're in that position there where Ravvi's aiming right now, which is a pretty good position on this map. Once you get to it, you're generally pretty safe. Looking at the minimap again, the Panther and the T20, not really sure what they're doing over there. They're clearly trying to flank these guys, I guess, but they need to be careful because they could be shot at from the people here at D6, or they could even be sniped out from this WZ. Looks like they're all trying to do a little bit of sniping. Looks like the T25 Pilot 1 was last spotted here now. Just the Cromwell last spotted over here as Ravvi bounces a shot from that UDES. 390 hit points of block damage. The Cromwell gets spotted. Looks like they're all cowering in the same corner, these enemy tanks. Looking towards the IS, finally gets a shot into the tier 7 Russian heavy tank. Takes him down to 561 hit points. And now he wants to use that quick rate of fire to sort of chip away at the IS, but focusing on the UDES now. UDES, that's the one they want to get rid of. For tier 8, want to get rid of the tier 8. They're winning by 2 tanks. Ravvi's the only tier 8 left in this game. The rest, a few tier 7s and a couple of tier 6s, but that Panther was quite out in the open and clearly got focus fired down by the enemy team. The T-3485N picks up the kill on the WZ131 GFT, and the IS-2 kills the UDES, leaving just 1 tier 8 tank on the enemy side. 12-9 the score, 3,500 damage, 3,500 blocked, 1,000 assisted. Ravvi's thinking, oh, this is looking like a pretty good game. Might send this one to Stewie at Get On Board Studios after I finish it, and he certainly did. I'll tell you what, he was pretty quick to send me a message in game with this one. 13-9 the score now, just 2 tanks left, the pilot and the IS. The IS clearly is spotted, and look how low, Ravvi's thinking, yep, shot in the back, that'll go through for another 205 hit points of damage. The T20 Seagull's the kill, and Ravvi, the Aussie Seagull, looking to get the kill on this T25 Pilot 1 on 292, 140 hit points. Then he goes down to the IS-2 and in the game. A reasonably comfortable win, 15-9, as we have a quick look at the result before we move on to the second game of this Tier 8 Extravaganza. Ravvi, the Aussie Seagull, he's picked himself up an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for that game. The Bruiser Medal, 5 for effect and shell proof. Confederate for hitting more enemy tanks than anyone else. Steel Wall, not too bad in a medium tank, but definitely doable in a tank like the Primo Victoria when you're top tier. And of course the High Caliber for having an absolute ripper. 3,666 damage done. Clearly more than double what anybody else did. Apart from the IS-2. Just under double what the IS-2 did and the AMX, but not a bad result at all. He fired 40 shots, 22 hits, 17 went through. What marksmanship I have is what he's entitled to replay, but he made himself 90,000 credits there with a premium account in that 10-minute game. 3,666 damage, 3610 blocked, and 1,000 assisted damage. As we move on to the second game in this Tier 8 Extravaganza, this is the Super Pershing from Mac RBT 21-2014. We're going to call him Mac, or maybe even Big Mac, in this replay on Serene Coast. He's on a mission. Not sure if he's going to get the mission in this one. He's got to get 3 kills. There's got to be 3 different types of vehicle. Lucky enough to be top tier again. Of course, the Super Pershing at Tier 8 has preferential matchmaker, so you'll never see a Tier 10 in this tank unless you're platooning with the wrong tank class. If you platoon with a non-preferential Tier 8 tank. The T26E4 Super Pershing has a 90mm gun, 240 damage, 192 pen with standard, 258 with premium ammunition, which is APCR. As he goes down towards traditionally where the heavy tanks go on Serene Coast, I would have thought that Big Mac would go towards the west in this tank because it's got pretty good gun depression. It's got a very good turret armour, and you'd think he'd play around on that hill at C1, D1, where that T37 has just been lit. But no, he's going where the heavy tanks traditionally go. You've got some backup there with some tank destroyers sniping back at D0. And the low, the OI and the ONI all coming to play on this flank. But you can see on the west has got most of the enemy tanks. So he wants to make sure he pushes straight through this one or prepares himself to go back. Let's see what he does. As you can see, the Super Pershing, not the fastest tank in the world. It is a premium tank. I actually got this premium tank for free when I first started playing. I think it was when it got a little bit of a nerf, and it was one of the, I think it was the first and last time a premium tank got nerfed as he puts a shell into the T25 at Tier 6. And it, I think Wargaming from memory offered refunds in the form of gold because the nerf, it was overpowered, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what they nerfed. It might have been maybe the gun. I doubt it had more armour than it currently has because the frontal armour or the turret armour, it can bounce absolutely anything that it comes up against if it's in the correct position. Picks up his first kill. That's 1-all. The other side still looks like it might be in a little bit of trouble, but he's getting himself into a nice hold down position here where he can just poke his turret over the top and pick up some shots into these enemy tanks. The IKV-65-2, the Tier 6 Swedish tank destroyer, goes down. He gets some spotting damage from that. Cops a high explosive round from the IS at Tier 7. This is 2 games in a row where there's ISs shooting high explosive. Of course, it was the IS-6 in the other game, but nonetheless, interesting choice when most guns will penetrate the top of the turret, such as that Stritzfag, and he certainly knew where to shoot the Super Pershing. Big Mac there, going for a shot on the Tiger P, doesn't quite land it. He's on 513 damage done, 580 assisted, 220 blocked, and now he's blocking damage like a boss as he rides this, plays off this ridgeline, just sort of kicks back and getting some cheeky shots into these enemy tanks. He's clearly wary of that S1. That S1 clearly knows how to penetrate him. S1 is firing APCR, which gives it a little bit more penetration. Gets another high explosive shell from the IS, shoots and doesn't penetrate the Tiger P. He's kicking back, looking for shots here. He doesn't want to get focused down by the Stritzfag, and the ONI clearly wants to get where Big Mac is, and of course doesn't want to get pushed into the field of fire from that Japanese heavy tank. Look how big it is. It's absolutely enormous, these Japanese heavies. Big Mac just working off this ridgeline there. Picks up his second kill, getting rid of the Tier 7 Russian heavy tank. He's down to 875 health, so a little bit over half health. Puts another shot into the Tiger P. Takes him down to a one-shot. He's on about 3 hit points. Tiger P goes down to the OI. And now he wants to get rid of that T43, I should say, and that brings the score up to 7-5. He's going to continue to go forward. Looks like he's not going to go back and have a look at what's happening in the north. Looks like he's decided I'm probably a little bit too slow to get back. No, he's changed his mind. He's turning around by the looks of things. Looks like he is going to go back because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks there. It looks like they're pushing into just the heavy tank number 6, Tier 6 premium Japanese heavy tank, the Jag Panzer, of course the artillery's there, and it looks like a Tiger P as well. KV2 is more than likely up here. The T-34's just made an appearance, and of course some of those tanks, T-34 is certainly going to be a challenge to get rid of with all its hit points, but and he's also having a pretty good game, the T-34. He's on 2 kills as well. Big Mac RBT 21-2014 from EGP clan. He's on 3 kills, 1900 damage, 400 block, 750 assisted, and he doesn't want to get capped out. We've all been in a situation like this where we're winning, and you get capped out. There's nothing worse than when you're up on hit points in score and you're winning. Nothing worse than getting capped out. It's just so frustrating. Big Mac gives some advice to the artillery to try and take out that Extravaganza S1. That's the premium Swedish tank destroyer. Hasn't been lit there. The Hellcat clearly a little bit shy about spotting the Extravaganza. And here comes Big Mac now, and the first shot is into the T-34. Pulls back to give himself the best chance of bouncing that big American gun. Shoots him again, takes him down to 827 hit points, brings his damage up to 2391, and he just wants to keep that tank there. Went for the tracking shot, but it didn't track him, but it did take some more health out of the premium American heavy tank. Now that last shot didn't take any damage out of Big Mac, but did track him, but that's okay because he knows he'll be able to get a couple more shots into this American heavy tank before that T-34 reloads. 9 all the score now, 2 tanks capping. I don't think one of them is that T-34. Sticking with standard ammunition, trying to get through the commander's hatch of the T-34. The premium American Tier 8 heavy tank starting to struggle with the penetration. Down by a tank now. I reckon I'd be switching to APCR rounds around about now. But now he's got his hull. No idea where that shell went. Clearly went a little bit wide. Only 1 tank capping now. Looks like the enemy team have decided they can win this by killing everyone. And Big Mac RBT 21-2014 doing the right thing, chipping away at the top tier heavy tank. Shoots and tracks the Leo. Takes him down to 100 hit points. He'll be hoping for another kill here. There it is. Now he's got 4 kills. Maybe he has got that mission to kill 3 tanks of 3 different types. Of course, the Leo's a medium. What else did he kill? I think he might have killed the IS, which is a heavy. I'm not sure if he's killed a tank destroyer though. Let's see how he goes on the post-game battle results. Takes some more health out of the T-44 before the Tiger P picks up the kill. 30 seconds left on the cap timer. Just the KV2 going for the cap now with the derp. That'll reset it. Gives him 261 more damage, and 1 more shot should be enough to get rid of the KV2. The KV2 shoots and bounces Mac RBT, and in the end 15-11 after he reset that cap a few times and got himself over 4,000 assisted damage. Let's have another look at the post-game battle result. It is an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Mac RBT. From EGP Clan, an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Fighter Medal, Fire for Effect, Shellproof, Defender for that cap reset with the KV2, Steel Wall for all the damage blocked, and the High Caliber for carrying the shit out of that one. 4,211 damage done, 5 kills, 1471 base experience. He's had an absolute ripper. Who did he kill? T-43, there's a medium tank, heavy tank of the KV2, and unfortunately the others were heavies and mediums as well, so not lucky enough to get the mission though. But have a look at those credits. 150,000 credits after tax. That's with a premium account and also with a personal reserves bonus running. That's how you make credits in World of Tank. 8 minutes that game went for. 30 shots fired, 25 hit, 20 went through. That was enough for 150k. 1850 damage blocked, a little bit of assisted damage as well in the Super Pershing from my old mate Mac RBT 21-2014 from EGP Clan in the Super Pershing, as we move on to the 3rd game out of this extravaganza of Tier 8 replays. It's the AMX 5100, ladies and gentlemen. The AMX 5100 is the Tier 8 French auto-loading heavy tank. It's a tank that used to see a bit of this in skirmishes and Tier 8 clan wars. You don't tend to see it anymore now that the Defender and the Patriot and all those kind of tanks have come into the game. Of course, it's a 6-shot auto-loader. This is Bo B from Life Clan. Bo B in the AMX 5100. It's a 6-shot auto-loader, 300 damage. So that's 1800 potential clip damage, 232 penetration. That's with standard. 263 with APCR, which is premium. He's on Ensk, which is traditionally not the kind of map that you do well in an AMX 5100, especially in a Tier 10 game. Let's see what he does as he waits for that clip to come in. He's not doing what normally when I saw Ensk, I thought, oh, he's probably going to go the eastern flank, but he's found himself a Centurion. He shouldn't have too much trouble unloading into the Tier 8 British medium tank. You can see the Centurion just fired and missed, and so he's got 2 shells left. He wants to really clean up this Tier 8 medium tank, and he does. Kills him with the last shell in the clip. Brings 1450 hit points. I'm guessing that's how many hit points the Centurion's got. 1450 hit points. He pulls back for the reload. There is 2 artilleries on this team. If those artilleries see the AMX 5100, they're going to think, well, there's an easy penetrating shot. No worries at all, because there's no armor whatsoever on the AMX 5100. Every now and then you might bounce something off the turret, but everything else is made out of paper. Also see there he's got a mark of excellence on that gun barrel, which tells me he knows what he's doing in the auto-loading Tier 8 French heavy, the AMX 5100. He's nearly reloaded now, and he's ready to move in. He's probably looking at that Tiger 2 AMX M449. That's the premium French Tier 8 tank, and there's certainly some nice looking targets there on ends. Let's have a look, see what he does. He'd be clearly wary of that T95. That can be a challenge to penetrate at the best of times, especially frontally. Now where he's aiming, something did just get lit, and here we go, the Tier 9 German Leopard PTA. He did fire, and now Bo B trying to keep him tracked so he can continue to put out his clip into the Tier 9 German medium tank. He's up to nearly 2,500. The PTA goes down to the Object 704. 5-3's the score. There's the M449, the premium French heavy tank. He shoots and tracks him. He's not going to get the kill shot because the IS-3's in the way, and hopefully the IS-3 can do what he does. He's got 1 shell left. Not sure if he's going to be poking towards that T95 because he's not sure which way he's facing, so he goes for the reload instead and starts to pull back. With the score on 8-3, he's on 2,710 damage on heads. With his 1 kill, that was the Centurion. The Centurion won the Tier 8 British medium tank. You can see artillery's just fired into the KV4 and the IS-3, and it looks like he might be joining them to try and flank these tanks. Maybe get behind the T95. If he gets behind the T95, he'll be able to farm damage all day. He has loaded APCR, which is premium rounds. It is a Tier 10 game. You can't blame him for doing that. It looks like he's not going to reload in time to do too much into the T95. T95 doesn't really look like he knows which way to aim, and he is pretty much surrounded as that French auto-loading gun slowly reloads. Takes an age to load these 6 shells into the clip on the AMX 5100, but Bo B certainly knows what he's doing. He'll be thinking, why did I load premium ammunition off? Just spotted the Tier 10 artillery, but he's still going to take the 2 shots required to kill the T92 HMC. That's a newly revamped Tier 10 American artillery piece. He's got 4 shells left, and there's 2 tanks left. The FV215B183, last spotted over there at H1, and of course the Stritchwagen 103. And side shots will take that all day long. The T30 picks up the kill. Just 1 tank left. He's on nearly 3,500 damage in this Tier 10 game, and he's not stuffing around. He's not going to go for the reload. Just 3 shells should be enough to get rid of the Stritchwagen 103-0, especially if he's already taken a little bit of damage. He has been spotted over there at J0, and Bo B from Life Clan, not stuffing around, is just going to go straight for him. Clearly that Batchat might be reloading, or he doesn't want to die. Bo B heading straight down for where the Stritchwagen is. He cops a shot of damage from the Tier 9, shoots him and tracks him, shoots him and tracks him again. Now he's not going to get any more damage out because he is on the reload, but he's going to maybe ram him for 84. He got 400 for that ram, but you'll take that damage all day long. 15-5 in the end. That game on Ensk. It was certainly fast and furious. There was no stuffing around there. It was straight into the enemy tanks. And let's have a quick look at the result. It's Bo B from Life Clan in the AMX 5100. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser and Fire for effect. Thank you very much. Tier 10 game topped the scoreboards on damage, which isn't a bad feat at all. In the Tier 8 heavy tank, the AMX 5100, 4,146 damage, 2 kills, 1323 base experience. It was a quickie, and that's what he put in the description. He only fired 17 shots, 16 hit, 14 did damage, 4,146. Little bit of assisted as well. Ace Tanker, 5-minute game. Thank you very much that's Bo B from Life Clan in the 6-shooter auto-loading French heavy tank. The AMX 5100. As we move on to, this is number 4. Number 4. In this Tier 8 Extravaganza, it's Bo B from Life Clan again. This time is in the premium Tier 8 American medium tank. The T25 Pilot 1 on steps. Let's see how he goes. He's lucky enough to be top tier in this game. It does put a warning on. There's a bit of raging here. I'm not sure if he's talking about when he was talking on TeamSpeak or if he's talking about what he puts in the in-game chat. Let's see how he goes on steps. In this Tier 8 Extravaganza, 6 replays featuring the T25 Pilot 1, the AMX 5100, the Primo Victoria. There's some light tanks as well coming up. The Hawk 12, the 5190 Grand Final tank. And of course the Super Pershing that we saw not so long ago from Big Mac from EGP Clan. That's not his name, that's just what I like calling him. Anyway, Bo B's been spotted here on the eastern side of steps, this is where all the action happens on steps generally. I'm not sure if that's going to change. Steps is one of the maps which is going to be revamped. It's a high definition early next year, I would imagine. And of course, there's going to be changes to the east and the west, as well as making it a high definition map. And I've seen some videos on it. It looks absolutely fantastic. I think it's currently in super test or sandbox testing. Bo B, he's not going to kick back and snipe. He's going to move up here and use this ridge line up here, because the T25 Pilot 1, I haven't had many games in it myself. I did manage to pick one up. There was a mission a while ago now, a couple of months ago now, I reckon, where you could pick one up for free. As Bo B puts a couple of shells into the M4A1 Ravvi, the ravioli tank, premium French medium tank. The French medium, which is, I don't know, some people seem to play it more like a tank destroyer. It does have a very, very handy gun, but of course, like a lot of French tanks, it's not blessed with any armour as the Hawk 12 goes down on the other side of the map. Bo B has already put a couple of shots into that M4A1 Ravvi. Shoots towards the Emil, but doesn't quite land the shot. Picks up a little bit of assisted damage as artillery goes for the autoloader. Puts a beautiful shell into the side of the turret of the M4A1 Ravvi, and brings his total up to 722 hit points as he goes forward. Maybe he's trying to flank that Ferdinand. I'm not too sure. You wouldn't want to push into him frontally. The M4A1 Ravvi goes down to the Challenger. Shoots and bounces the Emil. Of course, that Emil does have pretty good armour. Looks like the 1375 Exploding Potato. What an in-game name. What kind of in-game name is that? Is going for the Ferdinand, and Bo B doing the right thing, backing up the little light tank and making sure the light tank doesn't cop too much damage. Now, I reckon he might be pretty confident that Emil is on the reload. It does have a pretty decent reload, the Emil one. Yeah, I reckon he's on the reload. That's why he's not shooting. He puts a shot into the artillery, the T7 Russian Su-14-1. One more shot should do it. That's his second kill of the game. That evens it up at 4 apiece. Looking for the weak spot and the kill shot on the Emil, and he gets it. That's 3 kills to Bo B. It's still 5 all as he puts a shot into the J Panther. Takes him down to 284 hit points. 90mm gun, 240 average damage. Scorpion G kills him. 240 average damage, 192 penetration, 243 with APCR rounds, which is premium ammunition. Doesn't need premium at the moment though. They're winning 7-6. He's doing his job. He's led the charge on this eastern flank on steps, but there's still a bit of work to do. Chinese tank destroyer doesn't manage to penetrate Bo B, but Bo B doesn't penetrate him easily either. You'd think Bo B would beat him on the reload. Looks like he does. Sticking with standard rounds, and it looks like that WZ very kindly showing his rear there, and Bo B not stuffing around, just going for keeping that gun working. 4 kills to Bo B from Life Clan. Cops a shot from the Scorpion. That's a tier 7 Scorpion, not the tier 8. There's a tier 8 Scorpion G on Bo B's team. 4 kills, 2,418 damage, 760 damage blocked, a little bit of assisted, as he looks like he's going to charge towards the SPIC or the AMX 1375. Looks like they're both up there, and those 2 enemy light tanks are going for the friendly AMX 1375, the exploding potato. He certainly did explode, and now Bo B continuing to keep these tanks lit. Moving forward, there's plenty there though. Looks like the rest of the enemy team are all on this western flank. He shoots towards one of the light tanks and misses. He's down to nearly just under 700 hit points. Needs to keep that gun working if he's going to continue to carry this game. 9 alls to score, 4 kills, 2,418 damage done, a little bit, a decent amount blocked, 760, a little bit of assisted damage as well. As he fires clutch towards the SPIC, doesn't land it. It looks like he's going to try and get rid of these heavy tanks before chasing after these lights. Of course, the T25 Pilot 1, not the quickest medium tank in the game, but certainly not the slowest. And I reckon those light tanks would clearly be able to outrun him as he puts another shot into the Tier 7 Tiger. Takes him down to 707 hit points, brings his damage up to nearly 3,000. He's blocked 1,000. Shoots and kills the SPIC. Don't even worry about aiming, just puts a shell into the SPIC. That's 5 kills. He'll clearly be hoping for a top gun in this game. And there it is, getting rid of the T25 AT. 11-9, all of a sudden they've gone from not looking too tidy in this game to looking like a comfortable win. 11-9 so far. Only up by 2 tanks though. Wants to get rid of the Tiger. Puts a shell into him. Takes him down to 63 hit points. Will he get the kill shot? No, he won't. The M6A2E1 picks up the kill on that occasion. Is that the mutant tank? I reckon. I'm not sure. What's he look like? Does he look like... Yeah, looks like the mutant tank. That's the... it was on sale not too long ago. 12-10 the score now. 3 tanks left. The IS-2, who's last spotted near the friendly base. That's why Bo B's going back. This is another one of those situations where you don't want to be capped out. The IS-2 could be capping any second now, and that Scorpion will certainly be able to get out of there pretty quickly. It's pretty quick for a tank destroyer, I think. Yeah, there he goes there, but thank you very much. There's kill number 7. Now he's in line for a Radley Walters if he can get one more kill. 7 kills to Bo B. 3,708 damage done, 1,000 damage blocked, a little bit of assisted. And can he get the Radley Walters with 1 or 2 more kills? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? $13-10's a score. 3,708 damage done, 1,000 blocked, a little bit of assisted. Desperately looking for that IS-2. That 1375 hasn't been seen for some time. You can see the Scorpion G sitting up there at A4, not too far from where that 1375 was last seen. Of course, the Scorpion G is out of our view range, so we can't see how many hit points he's on. Bo B desperately looking for that IS-2. He's only on 466 hit points though, so he can maybe afford to take 1 shot from that heavy tank. And there's the heavy tank, just been spotted where the SU-12244. That's the well, he's not in the game anymore, but that's a premium Russian TD, I think. The IS-2 is clearly going for it. He wants to turn this one into a Radley's. Switches to APCR because I think he's just realised how much health he's on. Only on 466. Gets a shot into the 1375. Not sure if he was expecting to see the Tier 7 French light tank there, but didn't cop any damage. That 1375 is a 1-shot for Bo B, and he's not stuffing around. He's going to go straight for him, but he's clearly bearing in mind that IS-2. I think it's got about a 350, 400 alpha damage gun. He's on 466. Pulls back. There's the IS-2 on full health. He's not on full health anymore. As Bo B from Life Clan puts a shell into the side. I think it might have tracked him, but looks like he's fixed his tracks already. Should get one more shot into the IS-2. There it is. Someone set him on fire. Let's see if they kill him. I don't think they have. He's down to 107 hit points, so Both of these tanks are one shot for Bo B, and he desperately wants to turn this one into a Radley Walter. Let's have a look at him go. He's going straight to where he reckons these tanks are. Aims at the IS-2, picks up the kill. One more. Let's turn it into a 9-kill game, can we? Can't quite get a shot on that 1375 and 129 hit points. He's having an absolute perler. Artillery in the end picks up the kill, and Bo B will be high-fiving and laughing all the way to the bank with that one. It's not only an Ace Tanker Mastery badge, but it's a hell of a lot of other things as well. Let's get the next one ready and have a look. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery badge, the Hand of God for surviving and winning, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks. Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Radley Walters for those 8 kills, High Caliber, and of course a Top Gun. Look at all those tanks that he had a hand in getting rid of. Well over half the team. He certainly carried the shit out of that one. 4,806 hit points of damage, 8 kills, 1,594 base experience. That's a base score. That's without the premium multiplier or the daily double or anything like that. 4,806 damage. The bloke who comes second did 2,269, which isn't too bad, but 4,806, that's fantastic in the T25 Pilot 1. In that top tier game, it only went for 9 minutes. He fired 34 shots, 27 hit, 23 did damage, 4,806. 1,000 damage blocked by armour, a little bit of assisted, and as we like to see with premium replays, 87,801 credits. That's after tax. That's with a premium account, no boosters running. That's just because of that good replay. As we move on to the second last battle in this Tier 8 Extravaganza. This is my old mate Ravvi the Aussie Seagull yet again. Ravvi the Aussie Seagull, you remember him from the Primo Victoria game, and this time he's doing something a little bit different. This is a tank that I've never played because I was already past it when it first came around. He's in the Hawk 12 or the HWK 12, which is a Tier 8 German light tank, and it looks a lot like the Spic, doesn't it? I've never really noticed. I reckon every time I've seen one in game, I've just assumed it was a Spic or a SPIC or SP1C, or whatever you want to call it. Spots the Pershing on Lakeville. Now this is, of course, this is an encounter battle. Only one cap, the white cap, and if you haven't got this mode turned on, then the aim is, as usual, kill everybody or cap the base out. Of course, it takes a little bit longer to cap the white bases out in mortar tanks. Now, Ravvi's already picked up 432 assisted damage. That's about to go up because he's just spotted the T49 that's been absolutely blown to smithereens by his teammates. He's picked up 1832 assisted damage now. He's just kicking back in this bush. This is a pretty good bush to spot the middle from on Lakeville. If you don't want to go up the road, over here isn't a bad spot at all. Bit of map ping going on. Now, this is a Tier 9 game. Ravvi the Aussie Seagull from 1AR clan in the Hawk 12. The Tier 8 German light tanks. AP rounds are standard. 240 damage, 180 penetration. Now 240 is not too bad at all for a light tank. Premium rounds are 250, which is heat rounds, but and of course he's got the high explosive rounds there if he needs them. He's just kicking back though, soaking up the assisted damage up to nearly 3,000 now. Is he on a mission? No, he's not. He's just kicking back and enjoying this game. He's got 3,500 assisted damage now. He looks like his teammates are pushing the cap because look, about half the enemy team have been spotted. Looks like a few of them have done a valley push. Of course, Ravvi's team haven't touched the valley at all, so it looks like there might be quite a few tanks pushing that valley. Look at the mini-map. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 or 5 tanks pushing that valley. While Ravvi's team sit on the cap. Looks like the Chrysler might have just left the cap. 5 or 6 tanks pushing the valley. There's 3 or 4 tanks kicking back, camping the central northern part of the map from their spawn, and it looks like nobody is going anywhere near the cap on the enemy team. Ravvi's team winning 3-2 now. 4,240 assisted damage. What's Ravvi going to do now? I think it's pretty safe to assume that the tanks that were sniping from here have backed off, but I haven't seen anything going towards a cap. This might be a quick cap game here, which is a little bit unusual. Finally, an enemy tank gets spotted. Ravvi unlucky not to spot the VK 100-01P, and looks like he's going up the middle road now. Maybe he wants to get that gun working. Let's see. He's certainly done his job as far as assisted damage go. The score's 3-2, and it's still over a minute to go before they cap it out with 2 people on the cap circle. Now Ravvi kicking back here. Clearly worked out that the enemy team have decided to go in and try and get some resets. Ravvi gets spotted after sniping that IKV-90B for 268 hit points. That's his first damaging shot of the game. Less than a minute to go before his team capped this one out. 4-2's the score. Ravvi's seen the artillery. You know what it's like when you're in a light tank and you see an artillery piece. You think, you're beauty. This is what light tanks absolutely love, shooting artilleries, that's for sure. But there's still tanks sniping from up at B4, even though there's only 30 seconds left on the cap. Surely the enemy team are going to get a reset off here. 4-2's the score. Ravvi's on 4,240 assisted damage, plus a bit over 500 damage block. Just picks up a bit more assisted damage into that Scorpion G. They have got a reset off by looks of things. It's now back over a minute. But now there's 3 tanks capping, and it's down to 45 seconds already. 5-2 is the score. Looks like there's another reset there. Lots of enemy tanks down here in the southwest, and really can't do anything about the objective over here in the east. Pardon me. 5-2 the score. Ravvi is on 500 damage. I reckon he's about to get a kill. No, he bounced the Scorpion G. No idea where that shot went if he bounced the Scorpion G. And looks like he's going to ignore the T-29 and go for the Scorpion G, which he's done. Now he's auto-aimed on the American Tier 7 heavy tank. Picks up his second kill of the game. 7-3 the score now. A minute left on the cap timer. He wants to get another kill. He's looking at that artillery. That's what you do when you're in a light tank. Picks up his third kill of the game. 900 odd damage. 4,500 assisted damage. He's also spotted the M53, M55. And if I know Ravvi, he will be rubbing his hands together saying, "You're beauty." I love killing artilleries, and of course he's caught the M53, M55 napping the Tier 9 American artillery, clearly aiming the wrong way, and the M53, M55 just doing all he can, try to ram the light tank because he had no chance of outflanking that little Hawk 12. Ravvi, the Aussie Seagull, 1351 damage done, 4,500 assisted damage. And it looks like he's confident that his team have got the base covered, just a T25-2 and the VK100-01P. Looks like he's going to go down and try and get some more assisted damage, or even do the damage himself into the T32 Tier 8 American or the STI. Because you would imagine both of those heavy tanks will be aiming towards the T29 and this, what's that one, the RU-251, as well as whatever else might be happening in the east. And I think Ravvi's thinking, well, I might be able to get some shots into the rear of these two heavy tanks, and that shouldn't be too hard at all. There's the STI, 227 damage into the Tier 9 Russian heavy tank. He does get spotted. He's not sure where the T32 is, but of course pretty sure that STI will be more focused on what's happening in the east rather than one little Tier 8 light tank behind him. But let's see what happens. Let's see if he can continue to farm a bit of damage into the Tier 9 Russian heavy tank. Brings his damage up to nearly 2,000. Puts another shot in. He can see he's still stunned, so it's going to take that STI a while to aim towards Ravvi because he's in a pretty small tank. There you go. The STI shoots and misses, and he knows he's going to reload before that tank. Two tanks left now. The T-32, and of course the T-32 is also stunned. All he's got to do is stay away from that gun. The gun's still aiming the other way, so just kick back, aim at the rear. The T-32's just fired. He knows you'll beat him on the reload again. He's down to 71 hit. Unlucky not to pick up that kill. Look, Ravvi could have quite easily gotten 5 kills there. Those last two heavy tanks certainly were very kindly showing him their rear, and that could have been 2 more kills, but not a bad result at all. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for me old mate Ravvi, the Aussie Seagull from 1AR clan. Also the spotter medal, which is no surprise, getting all that assisted damage and the fire for effects. Let's have a look at page 2. Top the score charts by experience, 2,553 damage done. And believe it or not, nobody did more damage than him other than the STI on the enemy team. 2,551 hit points of damage, 3 kills, 1,491 base experience, nearly 44,000 credits after tax. Of course, with the credits, with that spotting damage, nearly 5,000 spotting damage, you get the credits for that, and you don't have to pay for ammunition. It's all free money all the way to the bank in that 7-minute game. As we move on to the 6th and final replay in this Tier 8 Extravaganza. This is the M4190 Grand Final tank. This is my old mate Elite Commando from Crown Clan. Now Elite Commando absolutely loves this tank. Have a look at it. It is the premium German light tank, the first Tier 8 light tank, premium tank that was introduced into the game. He's got some marks of excellence on there. He certainly knows what he's doing in this tank. Now, don't blink whatever you do, because this assault battle on Erlenberg, with Elite Commando being top tier, is fast, furious, and full of action. And have a look, wait till you see what happens at the end in the post-game battle result. It is an absolute perler. Elite Commando, he knows he's been lit, but he doesn't care because he wants to carry the shit out of this one. Looking towards the M41 Walker Bulldog. Yeah, I think he was auto-aimed, but anyway, he missed a few shots, but that's okay. He even missed that one. Still looking towards the Bulldog. Third or fourth time lucky as he gets a shot into the Tier 8 American light tank. Of course, that M41 Bulldog used to be the auto-loading Tier 7. Now it's at Tier 8. I'm guessing it's still a fun tank to play. I haven't played it since it got changed. Because I'm not up there with that grind. His tracks eat the shot from the UDES 03. Now this is a Tier 8 game. Plenty of Tier 6 tanks to farm damage on for Elite Commando from Crown Clan. The M4190. Now, the M4190's got a 90mm gun, 240 damage, 182 pen with standard, 250 with heat rounds, and of course it's got the HEP rounds, which is only 102 damage, 102 penetration, 320 damage if it pens, and they're pretty fun rounds to use. I think it was Ravvi that told me about them. I just assumed they'd be normal high explosive rounds. Anyway, let's have a look. Elite Commando finds the Saints Emil, puts a shot into the Tier 7 German tank destroyer. Gets stunned a little bit by the artillery, but fixes it with a quick tap of the 5 key. Looks towards the low. Rear shots onto the Tier 8 premium German heavy tank. Now the UDES clearly not looking at Elite Commando. Maybe he should be. He puts a shot into him. Someone else shoots him, takes him down to 143. He's soaking up the assisted damage, but he's doing plenty of damage himself. Takes the KV2 down to a one shot before the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger picks up the kill. 3-2 the score now on Erlenberg. Looking towards that low. He wants to help his mates get rid of the top tier heavy tank. Looks like he's set him on fire. One more shot could be enough. Yes, it is. He picks up his first kill of the game, getting rid of one of the top tier tanks on the enemy team. Again, not stuffing around. He's up to 2,000 damage, 2,000 spotting damage, and he's fighting tanks all over the place over here. Lucky there's some ridge lines to hide behind. Clearly going to focus on that Spick. That's the 3-shot auto-loading German Tier 7 light tank. At least I think it is still an auto-loader. And look, here we go. Shoots him before he throws him into the drink. A little bit of shenanigans going on there. 2 kills to Elite Commando, 3,000 damage done, 2,500 assisted. He's just getting warmed up. Now he comes up. There's plenty of tanks here. The UDES, the ARL-44 and the ONI. And now he's spotted artillery. Picks up the kill on the ARL-44. That's his third kill. 7-2. Is he auto-aimed on the SU-14-1? Sticking with standard rounds here. And it looks like that artillery was heading towards the water. Not sure what was going on there. The M44 running away as if his life depends on it, because it does. With the score on 9-2, 3,341 damage done. 2,500 assisted damage, 9-3. The WZ-131 goes down, but so does the enemy Bulldog. The KV-85 crashes. I'm not sure what happened there. Auto aims on the M44. Cops a big smack in the mouth before the friendly artillery picks up the kill on that M44. Loses his driver, but he fixes it with a quick tap of the 5 key. He's been invited to platoon from the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. Looks like he's accepted it as a dynamic platoon, and that should give himself another medal. No idea where the UDES went. Of course, that UDES is a pretty quick tank. Not a pretty fair chance he's moved over to A0 as Elite Commando looking for shots on the IS-2. That's the Berlin tank, the premium Russian Tier 7 heavy tank, the IS-2, one with all the graffiti on it. Have a look at it. Farming damage, he's up to 4,000 damage now, nearly 3,000 assisted. Artillery kills the IS-2, giving Elite Commando a little bit more assisted damage. Just 3 enemy tanks left. The UDES 03, the Cromwell B, the T-3485 at Tier 6. And he's saying, this is looking pretty good. I'll be sending this one into Stewie. 4,000 damage done already, nearly 3,000 assisted damage. He is not showing any signs of slowing down. Two of the last 3 tanks have last been spotted hiding in the corner. There's the T-3485M. He bounces it in his light tank, puts a shot into the T-3485M, and the guy he's platooning with picks up the kill in the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. 3 kills to Elite Commando, 4,291 damage done, 3,411 assisted damage. Didn't see the block damage come up. Somebody did shoot him and he bounced a shot. I'm sure. Look at those marks of excellence, and that's how you get them. While playing like an absolute champion, the Udes gets spotted and killed by the low, and that just leaves this poor old Crommy B. What's he going to do? He's just going to think, oh, well, I've just got to do my best, I suppose. Lead Commando puts a shell in, and this is the HEP rounds that give you more damage. He got 330 damage, 320 that time. That's a lot better than the 240 on the standard rounds. One more shot is all he's going to need to pick up the kill on the Crommy B, and there you have it. That's his 4th kill of the game, 15-5 on Erlenberg. An absolute perler from Elite Commando with over 5,000 damage done. Let's have a look at the result before we wind up this Tier 8 Extravaganza video featuring my old mate Elite Commando. Have a look. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. The Hand of God for surviving and winning, having received damage from at least 4 different tanks. The Bruiser Medal for doing some module damage. Bruiser, Fighter, 5 for effect. Brothers in Arms, that's for joining that dynamic platoon and getting 3 kills each. The Scout Medal for all that assisted damage. Patrol Duty, no surprise there. The Confederate for shooting more enemy tanks than anyone else. And of course the High Caliber. Have a look at the right hand side of that result. He's spotted like a man possessed, and he also did the damage. Look at that, 5,041 hit points of damage from your old mate Elite Commando. 4 kills, 1851 base experience. I reckon that's about the biggest base experience that I've seen for a while. 27 shots fired, 20 hit, 22 hit, 20 went through, 5,041 damage, 3,411 assisted damage. And have a look at these credits. Have a look at the credits. Yes, he had clan battle payments as well as a personal reserves bonus running, but 258,500 credits after tax with a premium account in that game that went for less than 6 minutes. That's an absolute perler. So a massive thanks for all those Tier 8 replays, lads. It was an extravaganza. The Primo Victoria featuring my old mate Ravvi, the Aussie Seagull. The Super Pershing, Big Mac from EGP Clan. The T25 Pilot... what am I trying to say? The T25 Pilot from Bo B. The AMX 50-100 from Bo B. The Hawk from your old mate Ravvi again. And Elite Commando in the M4190 Grand Final tank. Thank you very much for the replays, lads. I hope you've enjoyed this extravaganza of Tier 8 tanks, premium tanks and normal tanks, featuring all those blokes and all those replays. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if this is what floats your boat. And maybe this is a bit of a preview of what you might see next year. In 2018 on World of Tanks with stewiejp. As always, thanks for watching. Take care and see you all next time.